Number of the beast, in the accursed town of Innsmouth, where the sea exhaled a fetid breath of decay. I wandered the cliffs beneath a sky shrouded in an unnatural gloom that seemed to pulse with ancient malice. The night pressed down with an oppressive weight, its air tinged with the faint rot of kelp and a whisper of something foreboding. My mind, restless from sleepless nights, stirred with a reckless curiosity. Tales from the tavern spoke of chants and eerie lights emanating from a church, perched like a decayed sentinel on the bluff, its silhouette trembling as if alive with a dream I'd once had. The wind carried a low, ominous hum, drawing me toward a ruin that seemed to throb with a will beyond my understanding, a gateway to terrors yet unnamed. The church loomed, its spire a jagged scar against the darkened sky, its walls eroded into dust that hinted at forgottenness, the stones etched with faint, writhing marks. Torches cast a feeble glow, their flames revealing shadows that twisted into grotesque shapes, as if the struck self harbored a malevolent life. My boots sank into the mud, its chill a reminder of the grave, as I peered through a shattered window. Within, cloaked figures circled an obsidian altar, its surface carved with symbols that defied reason, glowing with an otherworldly green, the stone glistening with a dark ichor that pulsed like a living thing. At its head stood a reptilian horror, its scales a mosaic of iridescent filth, peeling to reveal writhing tendrils beneath, its eyes voids that promised an end beyond imagining. Its claws orchestrated a chant, a dirge that seemed to rise from the earth's depths, a sound that echoed with a rhythm I feared I knew. The air grew heavy, laden with a scent of sulphur and wax, my chest tightening as if the very atmosphere conspired to suffocate me. My gaze locked with the creature's, and a chill rooted me. Had I seen this in a dream, or was it a vision of some unspeakable truth? A crack, like the splintering of a tomb, broke the silence, and the chanters turned, their hooded faces revealing glints of malice, their eyes reflecting a hunger that chilled my blood. I fled, the ground unsteady beneath me, a question gnawing. Was this reality, or the prelude to an eternal nightmare foretold in my restless sleep? The cliffs stretched into a labyrinth of jagged rock, the mud clinging like a living shroud. Behind me the chant swelled 666, a mantra that reverberated with a rhythm older than memory, pursued by a presence that defied human form. My breath rasped, my legs burned, my pulse a frantic echo of their hymn. Was this a dream? The cliffs warping like a mirage under a sky that flickered with unseen menace? I glanced back, the demon loomed, its form shifting as if unbound by flesh, its tendrils lashing the air, a harbinger of doom, its grin a mockery of my fear. The air thrummed with an unseen force, the cultists' robes fluttering like tattered wings, their voices a tide threatening to sweep me into oblivion. I stumbled, my ankle twisting on a root that pulsed like a vein, and fell into the muck, its cold embrace a whisper of the grave. The earth pulsed, aligning with the chant's cadence, the sky fracturing with a flash of lightning that illuminated a mocking moon, its face a grotesque parody of my own. I rose, pain flaring, and ran, the church's silhouette a spectre against the fog, its stones bleeding shadows that whispered my name, a premonition of doom etched in my dreams. Had curiosity damned me to this, a pawn in a game played by forces beyond my grasp? The cliffs ended at a sheer drop, the sea below a churning maw, its waves a hungry growl that seemed to call my name. I turned, cornered as cultists emerged, their eyes aglow with fanatic zeal, their hands cold as death, their faces melting into masks of decay. The demon towered, its scales shimmering with an alien light, its breath a sulphuric whisper, a fragment of a terror that loomed over all. They seized me, their grip unyielding, dragging me back as my cries were swallowed by the night. The church's ruins enfolded me, its walls pulsing with a heartbeat not my own, the altar's symbols flaring green, its surface softening like flesh under my touch. They forced me down, the altar's glow searing my eyes, its heat a silent scream, the air thickening with a fog that carried whispers of my end. The demon's claw rose, its voice a rasp from the shadows. The number is yours, a decree that echoed in my dreams, the room spinning as if the walls themselves conspired to bury me. I struggled, their hands a V's, the chant a crescendo that split the air, the floor slick with dark ichor. The claw descended, reality fracturing, a mirror shattering to reveal a void where my reflection stared back, my eyes slowly turning black, then silence. I awoke, sweat-drenched sheets clinging like a second skin, the room dim with an unearthly hush, the air tinged with sulphur. The window rattled with the sea's distant moan. Was it a dream, or a warning from the dark? It was only a dream, I murmured, my voice frail, my hands trembling with the altar's memory, the demon's gaze lingering like a scar on my soul. Relief flickered, but shadows stirred, the walls groaning with a weight from beyond, the floor trembling as if the earth itself recoiled. Was I awake, or ensnared in a nightmare's eternal grasp? Then a hand, cold and scaled, seized my throat, its claws drawing blood, yanking me back with a force that tore a scream from my lungs. Those eyes, abysses, stared, their depths a gateway to madness, its grin a rictus of triumph, its tendrils coiling around my reflection in the shattering mirror, my blackening eyes meeting its gaze, its voice a hollow echo from the void, intoned, "No, it wasn't," and the room dissolved into a vortex of green flame, the altar rising like a monolith from the abyss, the chant a roar as the floor split, plunging me into a sea that howled with a thousand voices. In its depths, writhing shadows loomed, their forms indistinct yet suffocating, the water closing over me with a final mocking whisper, awake or forever lost to the nightmare's maw.